Yeah, there is. Let's talk about what they're talking about in Japan right now. Clearly, it's China. Japan has expressed growing concern over Chinese aggression in the East and South China Seas as they build up their military, their navy, particularly, and have enacted many territory grabs in the South and East China Seas that are particularly concerning to Japan. In fact, Secretary of State Blinken did have this to say about that and how the U.S. will respond. Listen.
And China uses coercion and aggression to systematically erode autonomy in Hong Kong, undercut democracy in Taiwan, abuse human rights in Xinjiang and Tibet, and assert maritime claims in the South China Sea that violate international law. We're united in the vision of a free and open Indo-Pacific region, where countries follow the rules, cooperate whenever they can, and resolve their differences peacefully. And in particular, we will push back if necessary when China uses coercion or aggression to get its way.
Now, China has already responded to Blinken's claims of coercion and aggression on the part of China by calling it cliched rhetoric that they say essentially won't stand the test of time. But look, the Chinese ministry ahead of these talks on Thursday, the foreign minister has already indicated that talking about the South China Sea is already off the table, along with Taiwan, Xinjiang, and Hong Kong, suggesting that those are internal matters that are up to the Chinese people. But clearly, John, if those issues, particularly human rights abuses against the Uyghur Muslims, are not brought up by the U.S. on Thursday by Secretary Blinken, they will receive a lot of criticism here in the United States. In fact, the State Department has already been accused of being soft on China's abuse of the Uyghur Muslims. Last week, Secretary of State spokesman Ned Price refused to use the present tense in talking about genocide. He said that the State Department is committed to using the past tense, saying there was genocide. So that is going to be a sticking point. Now, clearly, there's lots of other issues for the two sides to talk about, particularly North Korea. Blinken has indicated that the U.S. has reached out to the rogue regime, but has been rebuffed. And North Korea did put out a statement via its state media saying that if the U.S. wants to sleep peacefully for the next 4 years, it will not cause a stink. But one of the major items for discussion is climate change. China has already indicated that they're willing to work with the U.S. on some of the U.S.'s global climate change initiatives. But talking to Chinese insiders, John, they suggest that this is just a way for China to actually get greater concessions from the United States without really adhering to any of the global climate change policies that the U.S. wants them to get on board with, in that China is, quote unquote, laughing at us over these, as what several insiders have told me, along with the direction of the military and the Pentagon under Secretary Lloyd Austin, especially after what we saw last week with members of the military attacking TV host Tucker Carlson from their official accounts. So this is going to be an interesting meeting. Clearly, all eyes on it, talking climate change, North Korea, but it's going to be very telling in the direction that the U.S. plans to go on China and how hard they really will be. And a lot of people say, look for what they do besides the